of the victory of the NDC, some issues were recorded on the sidelines of the election, of the by-election that finally elected the NDC's candidate to represent the good people of Akwatia in Parliament. The NPP has been reacting and have asked the IGP to take some moves. What exactly are they seeking, Christabel?
Well, in a petition dated today and signed by the NPP's General Secretary, Justin Frimpong, the party accused Chief SOFO AZOKA, the NDC's first national vice chairman, and Alhaji Abdul Wahab Amadu, Akwatia North Constituency Communication Officer, of threatening to kill the minority leader, Alexander Apenyo Marking, the NPP's national organizer, Henry Nana Boache, and in Samwam Edwidre MP, Frank Anodopre. The petition further alleged that the NPP's third national vice chairman, Alhaji Osman Masawudu, was physically assaulted by Chief AZOKA and a group the NPP described as notorious hoodlums. The party urged the IGP to act swiftly by arresting and interrogating those captured in videos of the incident, which are currently circulating in the media. We're going to go over to the phone to speak with Deputy General Secretary Mustafa Bande. Martin.
Certainly, and Mr. Bande has joined us. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for your time. Congratulations to you on the party as well.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Bande. I was congratulating you for the victory from yesterday.
Thank you very much.
And on the back of that, the NPP says that the acts of one of the leadership, one of the members of the NDC, that's Chief SOFO AZOKA, should be arrested. They want the IGP to arrest Chief AZOKA and also the Akwatia North Constituency Communications Officer of your party, because some acts they undertook nearly marred the entire process. You agree with them, wouldn't you?
Well, thank you very much for having me. And I think that yesterday's election was largely very peaceful, and we need to appreciate that fact. However, I think that there are some members of the NPP, particularly Apenyo Marking himself, came under the pretext of trying to be provocative, because for me, it is over the bar to walk into a party, a political party's office, unprovoked to tear posters. It is wrong. It's a wrong political culture. It's provocative enough to lead to any possible problems. But we had urged our members to try and stay above some of these temptations. He didn't just end there. He did other things where his bodyguards were taking pictures of NDC members in Winchi. It is also wrong. So you see, when the grassroots, we've managed both ends to refrain from violence, to refrain from being unlawful, and you have a leader of minority coming to descend to this level such that it becomes provocative in a very volatile election, then he ought to know that his conduct was wrong. I'm not saying that at the back of that gives anybody the right to take the law into their hands. If there's any reason why a poster should not be at a particular place, the managers of the election, as far as security is concerned, was the police. Apenyo Marking and his force would have reported that to the police, and the police would have done their work. But to put the law in their hands, go and tear NDC candidates' posters is provocative, it's wrong enough, and we ought to condemn this behavior of Apenyo Marking in all uncertain terms, that it is becoming unbecoming that wherever he goes, wherever he is, he tries to attract unnecessary attention to himself as if he's a lady or as if he's a last-born girl who must be given attention every day. It's wrong.
Mr. Bande, I'm sure ladies and women might take exception to this analogy that you put across. But
it is not for the bad reasons. Every woman likes attention. Our daughters who are last born, they like attention. Apenyo Marking is not one of them. He is a man, a grown man, a leader of minority.
who is a lawyer? How can a lawyer be involved in this kind of behavior? How can a politician of his stature be involved in this unacceptable public conduct? That you go and tear off a political party's, posters. I am not saying that whatever would have happened, whatever reactions followed was lawful or unlawful, because I wasn't there. But I'm saying what I know that he has done is wrong enough.
Okay, so
I wouldn't go to
should it
NPP
be,
office to tear their posters.
Certainly. Are you saying that the reaction of Chief SOFO AZOKA was, or what Chief SOFO AZOKA did was in reaction to the tearing down of posters by the NPP officials?
I cannot link the two or delink the two until we all hear the vice chairman speak, until we all hear Masaudu, until we all hear Apenya Markins. We cannot know the entire facts of the matter. But I'm just saying that these didn't happen at the level of the grassroots. It happened involving senior officers, minority leader, a vice chairman of one party, and a vice chairman of another party. I believe that at that level, when we engage, we'll be able to get to that level where it doesn't repeat itself, or we'll be able to resolve it. A vice chairman and a vice chairman has issue, we should be able to resolve it. A vice chairman has an issue with a minority leader, we should be able to resolve it. Since it didn't involve the grassroots, I think we must commend the grassroots of both the NPP and the NDC for the comfort, the orderly behavior, and the excitement that despite some people have lost and others have won, ensue the whole process, that it is rather the leaders who have gotten themselves into this. And I cannot condemn one thing or the other without listening to what provoked or what led the vice chairman to have made some of these statements. But I'm just saying the MPP must also avail themselves for the law to work. When we went to their 1 week funeral, the celebration of an excommunication 1 week, they ransacked us, trying to beat us. That is also criminal. Have we arrested anybody? Akpaloo Markins slapped a police officer. He's not been arrested up to date. Akpaloo Markins used the military to beat your own journalists, your own co-workers. All of you sat in this country and kept quiet as if he is bigger than anybody else. Didn't you know the recent time that a police officer assaulted a journalist, all of you were talking about it. None of you remembered that unruly behavior of Akpaloo Markins. Today we are talking about him feeling threatened. Me, even though I'm not supporting that, Akpaloo Markins has the right to complain. Others do not have the right. Your journalist colleagues do not have the right. Police officer he slapped doesn't have the right. IGP couldn't arrest him. Akpaloo Markins is bigger than anybody in this country.
Okay,
is that what we are saying?
So talking about what happened yesterday, and it is in order that we all commend constituents of Akwatia and also the both sides of the political divide. But you would agree that from the video we saw and how the scuffle nearly broke out between SOFO AZOKA and Masaudu, it could have marred the beauty of the entirety of the elections. You wouldn't agree?
Please, I'm saying that I am happy. You saw some of us engaging with MPP executives. It was all to de-escalate, to get away with the tension, because our focus was that we should be able to do a fair election without violence. And I am happy that at my level, we're able to manage the people below us. These things occurred between MPP General Secretary and Akpaloo Markins on one side, MPP Vice Chairman on another side, and an NDC National Vice Chairman on another side. These are high-level officers. So I should be commending the ones below for not doing anything that can mar election, but holding the ones who should have avoided these kind of things responsible. And I'm just saying that because these are chairmen, national vice chairman, minority leader, we can engage at the top and try and de-escalate this situation and move on, instead of trying to say that the whole exercise was not the best because of these selected incidents. We must commend the police for also doing their job, because they actually ensured that all of us, the professionalism that they exhibited in this election, for me, is unprecedented, and we must commend them.
Absolutely. And I would want to say thank you for your time this evening, and definitely will be engaging you in the coming days on other matters. Mustafa Bande, Deputy General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress there. So this is still Hot Edition on 92.73 FM. Do let your thoughts come in. We'll be happy to share them with the rest of the world. But you would recall that yesterday the entire country's focus was on development in the Akwatia constituency, where at the end of the day, the NDC's candidate won and would be representing the good people of Akwatia in Parliament. And here at your Election Command Center, we brought you full coverage right from 7 in the morning when voting started up until the final moments when the NDC candidate Bernard Baidu was declared winner. Very little has been heard from the NPP's candidate, but of course, he as one that lost or contested in the election and lost, many would say that they thought that by now they would have heard either a concession message or a congratulatory message from him, but nothing has been heard as of now. What we have heard from the camp of the NPP is that statement condemning the acts of Chief SOFO AZOKA, where in a conversation with Masaudu of the NPP, they seem to have, a near fisticuff. And if that had gone further, it definitely would have drawn unnecessary negative light to the entirety of the voting, the by-election in the area. So we would also let you know what else has been happening. But let's first of all listen to some of the constituents in Akwatia, of what they expect of the Member of Parliament-elect Bernard Baidu now that he has been given the green light to go to Parliament.
Let's speak to another person, and he says that they are thankful that it's been very peaceful. The Member of Parliament, they are happy that he's won, but they are asking that the developments be important, else he will not survive in the 2028 elections. Boss, also, Wajin Treve is saying, Yashe Stella about one Koye, Wajin Muyino.
Majin is saying, I'm saying about one. Yedi him say, about 1 year, 2 years. 2024, say NDC yedi nkunim, but your opponent today NPP for no na omo pese omo de ehunu bi ni ade bi shem. And so Akwatia no first na me pass 6 polling station during Baba Jama time no. I this are confusion ba na Akwatia MP both NPP and NDC ye ba ko. Te say NDC ni so ne NPP ni kra ya ade a unka say bi say, but kranfo no na omo de social media no so ade bi say ntokwa ne ade but Akwatia ntesa. Akwatia entesa na ya dasi the police for na se pa ma IGP abaye Akwatia no ya danasi wa ma ya nti basabasa bia na momo no abato na ye to ye no ya da Akwatia ma nyina ase e che se o hwe Bernard Baidu ene Asemedu a difference no oni hu ni se obetimi lead Akwatia Bernard Baidu ana nyame anso adom so yetimi di aba no ama no na momo mpa ne ye bo ama se onyanko na imputujuma Akwatia nyano since 92 development be Akwatia bia NDC peace in Adeba development be bia for the past Akufo administration 8 years nothing anything no campaign omu nya message bia emfama ye campaign ka sem papa chirom no momu ye entinu ye de ni enim say Bernard Baidu akobedu de Kwambia so Akwatia for beto abama because here Akwatia enya puntuo o hwe Akwatia town roads ni nyina ebu bie ni wa papa from main gate to Kedekwan so ene ye kota eto Akwatia ene ye kota dia ka nyina rough road eti yesre Bernard Baidu akobedu enim se John Dramani Mahama obeye yesre no say onye Akwatia na mpuntuo no embra na odi mpuntuo no ba ono de me se Akwatia city no wafa. So to be the put to bank one dia Akwatia city no afa.
And he as well expressing a similar sentiment and saying that he believed Bernard Baidu was going to win, and that as a supporter of the NDC, he's a taxi driver here as well. They development, which has been ringing quite loudly here. Mommy, yemfa also intratwo wadwen chefa ni akoso nyina so ene de wen.
Yo, do na na me nua be manaka. Am so kakra me de be ka ho ni say, yeda Ewurade ase. So ma bibie nsi, yeda ye ma mpani so ase. Say wa ma bambofo abebo ye ho ban, ma bibie wi asumdwe mu a, ya ntin atinkaboni bia. Ye hu say anopa ye omo Ewurade fo omo kodu asumdwe mu. Na esre ye papa ya to abama ni say, ye pa ni chonfa so ye oyo, se ne do odo ato abama no. Eyi no. Omla nombe ye mbani ye school ejuma bie ni onom nam se be ho na onyem be ma so me na fe de no ohyehyehye ti esre na ni die mu a se Ewurade oni ye papa nkambom no mo be ye mpontu dwuma bi wa ha ma kwa no ye SS krampo no nyanya enko university obe ye bibi kakra na ono so de aboa ne ho se be ya enkwala na bra bomba mbe ye basa ti esre mo ni die mu a ye da na si bebre.
So you heard the voice of some constituents in Akwatia who are asking the Member of Parliament-elect Bernard Bedu to ensure that he delivers on the promises he made to them now that he's heading to Parliament. That's it for the main news. Time now for business with Bismarck Wusa, who has joined us. So do stay tuned for the latest in the world of business.
Development.
Ghana, it's a new year and Bills Microcredit is here to support your dreams. If you're not working but want to start a business, don't let money stop you. With just your Ghana card, you can get a loan to turn your ideas into reality. Already running a business? Need more capital? Or are you a salary worker looking for extra funds? Bills offers fast and easy